Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Practice I can't speak today. The Practice Grad to Success Show. And today is Friday. You know what? You know what that means when we have Friday. You know who comes in on Friday? It's the one and only Jackson Kelly. So Jackson is here today. So before I turn him loose, I just want to say thank you everybody who's coming here. Christy, the Queen of Green, Kelly, Chris, the Organic Princess. Len Mooney is here. Nicole Harris, the lucky one, the one that won the energy coin in yesterday's show. Roseanne's here. Larry Ryan is here. Craig Hassler, probably a few other people that I can't even see. But thank you so much for coming here today, guys. And Jackson Kelly is here because he comes in every single Friday. He inspires us. He gets us all pumped up. And then he tells us about what he's going to be doing on Friday Night Live later on at 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Terry Miller's here. Thank you so much, guys. So Jackson, welcome to Friday. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing, golly, was Angel's Call just off the hook or what?
My God. Oh my God.
It was off the hook.
I heard the other one, but the other day was good. I missed it because I couldn't get in. I was like about 2 minutes before the show time, kept clicking, I couldn't get in. So I don't know what happened. But this one was like, oh my God. It's like, this girl, she's unbelievable. She's off the hook.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that today. I want to just first, if you don't mind, good morning, Craig. Hello, Dennis, Nicole. Glad you're here. Roseanne, Terry, Rick Johnson's here. Mr. Lynn, Larry Ryan, Chris, and everybody. If I missed somebody, look, Christy and Bob. Hello, hi.
I made it.
Hey, listen. I love, well, we all love what you do, Bob. That's why you have so many endearing fans, because your heart and your soul is deeply embedded in helping people. And I'm just grateful this morning for everybody that's here and for you and everything that you do. And I just know that God's doing something in this group, and he is moving in a great exciting way, and I'm just so thankful and grateful and humbled that I can be a part of it, because man, I wouldn't want to miss this for the world. It's going to be an awesome. It already is an awesome thing.
It is. It already is. It's not going to be. It's here.
Yeah, it is. It's here. So, so anyhow. I'll share a little bit what happened, if you don't mind. We went up and we got together a group of folks through some family members, and then they invited folks, and it turned out fantastic, just by sharing. And it made me sit down and think how simple what we do is, and yet it is kind of complex. But if we're talking about just going out and talking to people, I encourage everybody to, get yourself a card. They say they're yesterday, but I'm going to tell you what, when you hand someone one of those professional, beautiful cards, and you know what you're talking about, and you're disseminating information to them that's making their jaws drop, the 5 rules that'll make you successful in sharing this is: number 1 rule, smile. Smile and be happy, because what we found is so powerful, and it's helping so many people, and it's going to help more and more people. What are we looking for? We're looking for people to help us spread this message, because the fact of the matter is, we don't just have another product that helps you feel better. We have a product that will change your life inside and out, because the power of getting away from toxic chemicals, the power of, these greens, they also get rid of the bad stuff we've been putting in ourselves. So how critical is that? It brings out the metals. And, I was sitting there, and Chris and I on a sideline. Christy and I were, good morning, Rick. Christy and I were talking, and, there's her dad has been, got sick, and now he just can't shake it. And, to be able to, there's one thing to be sitting there and go, gosh, that's really, man, oh God, I hope you feel better, to be able to say, look, I've got something that will help you get rid of that, because I think my immunity's down. I don't know if I'm going to recover from this. And it's so great to be able to hand them off something and it gives something that you know, I'm not trying to sell you something. And it's that path. So smile because you got something in you and you got something on you that's great. And then invite, just invite people to understand this knowledge. We educate and talk about it. And we're going to talk about that in a second. How do we talk? How do we communicate our message effectively? So that, remember, the money comes second, guys. First comes, you give people something of value. We have something of massive value to give people. Is it going to save everybody that's on their deathbed? I don't think so. But it is going to change people's lives because, all you got to do is get the product in you and start using these things. And it testifies. I've talked to Bob about this forever, and he knows, and others know. And then give, smile. You're happy. You got something in you. Make them wonder, what the heck's wrong with him? Who smiles these days? Invite, be friendly. Invite them to entertain this knowledge and talk about your product, and then give samples. Give samples away. Have samples. I started talking, and we were getting a coffee on the way out of Denver, and I handed my business card and a sample of toothpaste, and she goes, "Well, my mom's a dentist." I said, "Shame on your mother." No, I didn't. I didn't. I said, let her see. Let her see if she likes this, and ask. Finally, is ask. Don't be afraid to ask for anything. To give something. To ask them, but ask them, hey, could you use some extra money? You're not looking for a really strong, awesome home business, are you? Ask. Don't be afraid, and wonderful things will happen. And so it did for us. It was a fantastic trip. The weather got crazy, as you guys might have seen, but all in all, a safe trip, and we had a ball, and we missed everybody. I'm so far behind. I had 10 emails in my box, and now I've got over 1,000, so I got some catching up to do.
Delete.
Delete. No, I wish that would be great. Unfortunately, I got to do a lot of deleting, but and so, hey, listen, I want to talk about Bob, if that's all right with you. I know you're kind of they were talking about you being the nun with the ruler. That's what I heard. But just be cool. Be cool.
That was a different subject altogether. That was a three-sided ruler. That was one of those pyramid schemes.
Oh, not the three-sided ruler. Oh no.
Exactly.
Moo. Ow. My knuckles are hurting right now. Hey, listen, I want to talk about kind of what we do. And when I say we, this whole big happy family with Bob and with what's happening. I heard a statement, and the statement was, there's too many webinars, and I want to say a little bit of something about that, because you can, like with training, you can get yourself overwhelmed. The trick is to make sure that you're getting something back from the webinars that you attend. And if you're one of these people and you're stuck in training mode and you're waiting for the next silver bullet that's going to just this has got to be it, because the great grand poobah of the next century said so. You can get in that cycle, and yeah, it's probably great, but you get in that cycle, and you're training. Christy and I are actually trying to make some income, and I think a lot of other people are too, and that comes by having a plan. And so, as far as the too many webinar statement, I agree, only with this. If you're going to webinar after webinar to learn the same thing in a different wrapper, I agree. But with what we're doing in this community, it's not too many webinars, and there are going to be more. God impressed upon me, he says, you may be going to webinars all day, but would you do it for, $250,000? I said yes, but I didn't agree to top off there. I mean, can you imagine? And that really is what's happening now. If you look at, if you look at, first of all, I enjoy what I do, and if you don't, or if a person didn't, well, then you wouldn't want to do this, because this is what I enjoy doing. I enjoy hanging out with Bob and hanging out with you guys. I'd enjoy it if my computer would work. I get a lot of joy out of this. It gets me motivated to come here and to share with you guys and to see you guys. Seriously, I mean, if you're not on a webinar, do you really exist? I mean, really, if you're trying to jump out into social media, if you got something good you're trying to share with people, there's no better place than a webinar. Listen, guys, webinar is a new deal. So who wrote the rules on webinars? 10 years ago, there was no such thing unless you had some corporate platform. Maybe it's longer now, I don't know. But this is a new phenomenon that people can actually step up and afford to do this. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. If you enjoy doing webinars, find your groove like Bob has, and then do it. Because what are you doing? Listen, it's called attraction marketing. That's what you need when you're in this space, the space of social media. And I'm not making this up. Go back to 100 trainings. They'll tell you the same thing. So what we have to have is structure. And then we also, because structure secures success. It really does. You can't be all over the place. If you're going to bake a cake, you can't have a cup of milk in one room and flour in the other room, and then downstairs you've got the yeast, or I don't think you should put yeast in a cake, but anyways, we'll make bread instead. All that stuff's got to end up in that bowl, right? So structure secures success. That's what we're doing in this group. We're securing structure, and we are all staying clear to a basic message. We're not making the message up. It's a real problem. We've identified a problem, and now we have the solution, and we're giving that solution away in bits and bytes by being able to give value and information. Listen, if you found out, if you lived in Flint, Michigan, and you never turned on your TV, and you're wondering why every time you lit your cigarette, your water would light up, and then someone says, hey, that's poison, you shouldn't be smoking. Boom, you'd be really happy about that information. The fact of the matter is that 90% of the people are here, or maybe more, I don't know, we understand that our food has poison in it. Above and beyond that, our water, and above and beyond that, the cosmetics that we use every single day. People 120 to 220 chemicals before 9 a.m. just getting up and getting ready for work, and you're paying for the privilege. We're not asking people to take the new shaky bake oven. We're asking them to replace products that they already use in their home, products that they use every single day, products that are hurting them and their family. That should make you bold. That should make you smile. That should make you invite. That should make you talk, give and ask. Well, that's what we do here. We invite people. See, you're not going to come on here and we're going to hammer you, well, we might, I don't know, but about, hey, you need to take this product. But we do introduce the concept because some people just need a little tickle. A lot of people are smart. I'm going to tell you, Terry and Roseanne, they got this thing. Roseanne got this thing. She hasn't even had the products yet. She's now platinum. Not yet. But I mean, this girl's just gone. You know why? Because she's smiling, she's inviting, she's talking, and she's giving, she's asking. So when we say there's too many webinars, I say, for who? For who? For me, I can't. There's not enough time in the day. But here we're rocking, and we're gonna continue to do this. And I'm gonna tell you something else, guys. I love you so much. We all understand practice makes perfect. The first time Bob came on here, he sat completely with his head, back of his head to us. He didn't even know where the monitor was. I'm joking. But I mean, look at the guy. I mean, he had, see, it's like that.
Back there.
Yeah, well, I know, but it doesn't work as good. And look how much better he is and looks when we can see his smiling face. So it's practice makes perfect. When we first, I'd asked Bob about it, but he's brutal. When we first started Friday Night Live, we had a rubber chicken and a one-eyed dog, and I juggled the whole time, and the chicken and the dog, and it was great. But apparently people wrote in and they complained about the animal abuse. These were not real animals, folks. They were rubber. But anyways, practice will make perfect. And the webinars that we're doing, like Roseanne has a webinar. She's got a large group. Terry's got a deal. She's got a large group. Chris Schaus does a webinar. Mr. Lynn Mooney's got a webinar. What are we doing? We're creating a culture of success. That's what we're doing. And, let me give you a good example. So here's the deal. Like Angel Belichowski, if you were on that call this morning, you might just think, wow, this girl has been waiting her whole life to do this, and that may be so. But man, I'm going to tell you what, she's always been fantastic. But she's just so natural at it now. It's like, and Bob made this point a long time ago, she's so natural at it. She just goes, well, that's because she practices. Practice makes perfect. So an example of that, like today, she just, man, what, woo! And that's from practice. She shows up, she suits up, and she doesn't wake up and go, I wonder if I'm going to follow Doug's plan today, or maybe I'll go look for someone else's. You know what I need is a new plan. No, you don't need it. You don't change plans when you're in the middle of the battle. You have your objective. You do that, you get yourself killed in war. And I'm an ex-Marine, so sometimes I'll use references like that. So don't think I'm crazy. So that's what I wanted to touch on, and I may be. And that's what I wanted to touch on this morning. I want you guys to be secure in understanding we are not out here throwing dice. And just, hey, don't let the fact that we look like we're having a super fantastic time fool you. We're working. It's just that this to us is not work. It's fun. And I am going to get paid in Jesus' name to have a lot of fun. And eventually we'll be stepping on real stages, and we'll be stepping in real studios. And this radio, TV, look, guys, the sky's the limit. Do you understand the power of what we have? We're the first in it. We've got a $50 billion, we got a company that's 6 years old that made $50 billion. They're totally debt-free, and now they're going into the new marketing because this direct sales works. And who did they get? Who did they get to ramrod their direct marketing? None other than the great, the world-famous Dr. Doug Firebaugh. I mean, this guy is golden in the space. He walks on stage and people are just like, whoa. I mean, it's, whoa, because he's just awesome. And, I said something to him yesterday, and he goes, J-Man, just trust me. I know exactly what I'm doing. I love you. So I went and I cried and I pouted. No, I didn't really. I didn't really. I may have. Who knows? But anyways, I thought to myself, I said to Christy, I said, isn't it great to know that a guy like that, his heart, where it's at, it's always to push. It's always to pull us, to stretch us, to help us be greater, to help us be better. And that is the guy. That's our leader. In this team right here, and this isn't a team call, but here's how it goes. J-Man and Christy, Dr. Doug, and Michael Winiger. Boom. There you have it. If you're talking about, hey, people say you need to be at the beginning of something, and you need to be right there with the big leaders, and you need, positioning and timing is everything. Well, boom, we have that. So what do you think of that, Bobby?
Exactly. We are. Everything you just said right there, we are at the very beginning of this. And like I said, this is not a team call, but it's fine because everybody here that I think, except for most people here are in this team that we're into right now. And not only are we going to be making money at this, a lot of us are already, but we're getting healthy. We're getting healthy. We're feeling better. I mean, how much weight did you lose, Jackson, over this whole period of time?
I'm about 55 pounds right now. When I hurt my leg, I actually gained a little weight because I wasn't moving for, I don't know, like 4 or 5 weeks or something. Right. And so, I couldn't move, so I don't know how I gained weight. I guess a little nurse came in and brought me lots of goodies, and it made me feel but yeah, man, I mean, we're getting healthy, and not healthy, hyper healthy. It's a kind of health that I have not been able to achieve. And, I'm sitting there talking to a guy, in Denver, a guy, Christy's dad, and he is sick and he's sneezing, and I'm within from here to, wait a minute, no, you're in San Diego. So I was closer than that. But it was this close where this coffee cup is. I can't get it, very close. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm praying I'm like, oh yeah, well, gosh. I mean, oh God, please don't get me sick. Christy's like, would you like some greens? I said, I'll take a double. We were banging them right. And here's the great thing. I'm not sick. Christy's not sick. It didn't hit us. We were able to walk amongst lepers, if you will, and then walk out whole. That's a gift, because that means when you go to the store, when your kids go to school, when you go to the workplace, which you won't be for long if you keep following this system, the workplace, you'll be with us on the webinars. This is work. You're going to be able to protect you and yourself and your family, not by rubbing some chemicals on your skin at the door before you grab the shopping cart, but you are insulated on the inside. God is protecting you through wisdom. And he's also got something to bless us. Hey, I have a huge announcement. I'm not going to announce it, so it's just on this webinar. So I don't want anybody to go out and advertise this yet, because there'll be an official announcement. But because you guys are here and we love you, we're gonna announce something. I had an outstanding. You know what is beautiful about this? What we do too is people. All you people, you guys. I mean, do you get up fired up? Do you get up and say, I'm going to go see Terry, I'm going to go see Chris Shell, I'm going to go see Bobby? I mean, it's awesome. And so, you talk about webinars. Christy and I are now in the place where we've got enough webinars that we personally do. And so I'd rather be able to be a guest. I got to get a better computer, the one that stays on, but behind me. But we are now producing. And we are in. What I'm talking about is talking to people. I had a wonderful conversation with Lynn Mooney yesterday, and it was just. He's just. You get to know people in a greater sense, and when you do, you realize their heart and where they're coming from, and then that melds you together, and it builds trust, it builds stability. It's God's work, and. It truly is. If you don't know Lynn, what a sweetheart of a man. But Lynn has a character, and also I don't know if you guys have met Mario, but also just a super human being, fellow Marine. Well, Christy and I are producing a show that's going to be on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I've talked to Bob about this too. There's some, and I've talked to Chris Schaus. There's some folks that I consulted with, of course, Doug Firebaugh, and Lynn and Mario and myself are going to spearhead a new webinar. Boom! There you go. If you thought you had too many, here comes another. And it's going to be a fantastic webinar, guys. It's going to blow your mind. It's called Toxic Talk, and we intend to take this thing, have its own YouTube channel, and make it get as big as it can get. Lynn insists it has to be on radio, but I told him nope, he's going to be a star, and so he already is. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that together, and we're going to, some of you are, and Lynn goes, woohoo, here we go again. And Mario, it's going to be very, very interesting. It's going to be from, we all look and we put out things out there in our groups and our syndication about there's so many things to talk about. Well, one day we might talk about toothpaste. One day we might talk about shampoo. We're going to talk about these different chemicals, but we're going to do it in an entertaining way to get the information out there. I love Roseanne. Toxic talk. That's right. Toxic talk is what we're going to have. Bob, you could do that really well. Do it. Say toxic talk.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to do it?
I said kind of.
Okay, say toxic talk.
Keep going, man. Keep going. You're on a roll.
Anyways, so we're gonna have that on, like I said, Thursday nights, and we'll have a lot of different subjects. But it's a place where, now listen, some people understand that J-Man can get passionate. My heart is always in the right place. It comes from love, but I like to be passionate, and I am at a place now after a year and understanding what's going on. I'm going to be passionate. So don't bring your kids to this show. I'm not even kidding. Don't worry, I'm not going to cuss or anything like that. and I am kidding, you can bring your kids to the show, but I am going to be in the face of these big corporations that are killing us. We are going to be in the face of the people that are doing this, and we're going to move to expose them. Toxic Talk is not merely just another place where we're going to get together and all have a rap. It's going to be a place where, and that's why I love that Mario and Lynn are going to be in there, is because I want to be able to just come on and be able to just be me. And so I'm going to come in like with boxing gloves on, and I am going to, we worry because, we want you to pray for us because, listen, these companies don't like people getting in their face. But we're going to try to do something that not only attracts people, so you can bring people to this show on Toxic Talk. They've never been exposed to something, and I guarantee you they're going to be exposed to the concept because we're going to say it so much. We're going to be like Daniel Winiger, before 9 a.m., average person puts in 170 to 220 toxic chemicals in their body just getting up and getting into work. And then if you talk to Daniel 5 minutes later and you say, well, what about the greens? And he'll say, before 9 a.m., most people put in 220. I mean, listen, and the reason he does that is because that's what people got to get it in between the ears. So there'll be more announcements about it. Keep it under your hat right now. But know that Thursday night. Oh, and last but not least, this Monday I'm going to be with Happy Hunter Terry at some time on that day. I don't know the time anymore. This is how my schedule's getting, Bobby. I don't even know where I am. But that has nothing to do with this. And then tonight, of course, is and then we got what else? I think that's it. And then, last but not least, Friday Night Live tonight. Guys, come on out. Friday Night Live. Bring someone you don't know. Wait, to bring someone I don't know. Just bring somebody. Invite a friend to come on out. It's a great place to get them to jive and click into our deal, where you can expose to them to kind of what this community is all about. Listen, when you're having fun, people love to have fun. I do. I love to have fun, and Bob loves to have fun. We finally got him to keep his clothes on during the webinar, so that's an improvement. Like I said, practice makes perfect, Bob. So come on out tonight. I'm not going to tell you what Friday Night Live is going to be about. I'm going to let it be a surprise. Sorry, Bob. But when we have a special guest, I will definitely mention that. And we may have a special guest tonight. I don't know. You don't either, because I'm not going to tell you. But I love you guys.
Just bring your black hat and your black glasses and show up. Oh, and tomorrow too. Tomorrow, Len has his every Saturday morning. He's got his dream with Len, his dream. So go to lenmoody.com/dream. Now I'll put all the links inside here. Terry, I know it's gonna be 7:30 Eastern time. You're gonna be on a Monday night. So Terry, if you send me the link to that, just send me a message. And when this replay comes out, I'll put all the descriptions inside of this replay. So if you want some more information on anything we're talking about, just hit up any one of us, and we'll be happy to share that with you guys. Because we're all growing together. We're getting healthier. We're becoming more prosperous, more abundant, and we're becoming happier, like the happy Hunter Terry Miller.
And of course, Alfredo Guevara.
We need the Alfredo show. We got to have a special night. Well, there was a special day for him just yesterday, but that was fun. That was hilarious. But just to say what you said earlier when you first came out, Angel Belichowski today, she was just unbelievable. Her passion, you can just feel her emotion. I mean, I wanted to start crying just listening to her voice. She is so passionate about what she's done, and she wasn't always like that.
Her life's changing.
This life is right before. Life is changing for all of us right now. It's changing for all of us. So I just want to say thank everybody for coming here today. It's been a great show. And Jackson, thank you so much for your leadership, because you are responsible for the leadership of our little community, of our part of the community. I mean, I know you're under Doug Fireball, you're under the Winagers and things like that, but you set the stage for everything that we're doing here right now, and everybody we're kind of taking a lead from you. So I really appreciate you and Christy so much for for everything you've done. Last year when you started your Friday Night Live show, it was as bad as my show was when I first started You know, just because you were having, it wasn't you. You were always cool. You were always cool. You were having technical difficulties with the platform. This Google Hangout thing sometimes has some little technical issues, and you were having struggles with that. That happens. But you know, but now you're a pro. You got a nice back. You look like Johnny Carson back there. You got the palm trees and all that kind of stuff.
Thank you for that. But I want to say that, you know, it really is, Christy and I are on a mission from God, and we play about that, and it's always been our theme, but that was the only thing that we knew in common. And without Christy, none of this would be taking place, because after all, she's my wife, she's my family, and we didn't know exactly what God was doing. We just knew where he was pointing us. We knew the door was open and everything else was closed. And it's also the leadership of everybody here. You know, it takes every single one of us. But thank you, Bob. I just thank God, because otherwise, you know, I'd just be here with 2 hairs on my head and a backward smile. By the way, the reason why you're hitting on the Friday Night Live in the beginning is because you don't like animal juggling. That's always been a problem, and I like it. So whatever, man.
But no animals. We have to make a disclaimer. No real animals were hurt during the process of your juggling.
None at all. None at all. Dublin's 80 pounds. I can't juggle her, but maybe the Chihuahua. I don't know.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming here today. Make sure you show up tonight at Friday Night Live at 6 o'clock Pacific time. I'll put the link inside the replay of this video, or just look for Jackson Kelly or look for myself, and I'll be able to share that with you. And tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock Pacific time, go to Dream with Len. Okay, and then Terry's show, of course, with Jackson on Monday night. So thanks everybody for coming. Bye for now, as Glenn would say.
God bless you. Love you guys. Thanks.
Bye bye.